Hey guys, this is Fia from Fia's Handmade Soaps, and I'm back with the cutting video of my Drakkar soap that I made. And it was just in the freezer for a little bit, so I'm going to take the silicone off now, so you guys can see. Now, I had, to try and get black, I had mixed some activated charcoal with some, what did I use? Sweet almond oil. And I wasn't sure if it was going to turn out black or gray, so from here, and this part was supposed to be red, that turned burgundy. So, whatever, and chunky. If you, it looks crazy, but if you want to know what happened, you have to watch the making of the video. Oh, Jesus, it just all went wrong. So I'm going to try and take this out of here. Sorry about the shaking in the camera. Yeah, it was so crazy. And from what I can tell, it is not black. It is dark gray. Yeah. So file that under next time you use more activated charcoal to get black. Or maybe maybe I could have added some black oxide in there with it to try and help it along. Yeah, maybe I could have. Yeah. Or I have freezer paper. And didn't put it down. And of course I didn't make the freezer paper long enough. Of course not. I used my 5-pound mold that I got from Nurture Soap. So to cut this soap, I will be using my Crinkle Cutter and not my cheese cutter. Because no, I don't have a bud cutter yet. One day. I'm using this today, my Crinkle Cutter. Jeez. I really want it black. It is not black. I usually cut my bars in 1 inch sizes, so I am absolutely terrible at free-hand cutting soap. So I take a ruler and try and measure it out and hope to goodness that each slice is even. Sometimes it's not. So this is why I need a butt cutter. But even with a butt cutter, that's a single wire cutter. This, when you want to do crinkle cuts, you have to still do it like this. I think I would probably buy one of those boxes. What you call those? Those cutter boxes. Some people buy the darn it, I don't remember what those things they get from the Home Depot that they use sometimes to line up and cut soap evenly. I can't remember what the heck they're called. But I really need to get something that makes this easier for me. So all I do is just like measure off 1 inch as much as I can, as evenly, and cut as evenly as I can. It's not going to be perfect, of course. Lord knows it will not be perfect. And I have to go at a slow pace because the few times that I moved too fast wound up with a slanted cut of soap. There we go. I didn't cut the end off because, you know, I told you guys in one of my previous videos that if the end looks cool or whatever, I just leave it like that. Look at that. It actually looks like I actually made it look like that. That's actually pretty cool. When I mixed the, burgundy, it was supposed to be red, but when I mixed it, I had, because I did hot process, I had put a little bit aside in a bowl. I did cover it, but I think my mistake was I had a cup of coconut oil. Coconut milk. I had a cup of coconut milk to the side that I held to mix at the end of the cook. I should have mixed the coconut milk with it first to keep it fluid and then cover it. Instead, I just took a little bit from the pot and put it into a separate bowl and put it to the side. So I know what my mistake was. But, you know, it's not terrible. Actually, because I really wasn't sure what it was going to look like. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that I'm recording, so I have to make sure I move my hands so you guys can see what I'm doing. We'll just cut super slow. Okay. You know what? I'm actually digging it because, to tell you the truth, I wasn't sure if I would be. I really wasn't sure if I would be, because when I was mixing up the burgundy, which was supposed to be red, some of it got a little hard, so it had some chunky pieces in it, which, you know, I hate chunky pieces, which is the reason why I stir so much and keep my pot scraped down, because I don't like hard, chunky soap mixed in when my batch should be nice and smooth. And it was lumpy. And I was just like, you know what? Whatever. And I put it on top. But it actually looks like I made a dark gray or black or whatever. And with burgundy with white in there. So, I actually like it. I'm digging it. Wasn't sure I would be, but it looks good. I'm satisfied. Let's hope the customer is satisfied as well. Because it was a chance that if it didn't look good, I was just going to take this and like lop off that whole piece at the top, and it for it just be a level dark or black soup. But no, I'm gonna keep it that way because it looks good. And this is scented in the Drakkar type from Bramble. And it smells exactly like Drakkar Noir cologne. It's a duplication of the cologne. And it smells amazing. It smells just like the cologne. I'm serious. Just like it. Look at that. It looks cool. White spots. Like it's supposed to be like that. So, that's what I'll say. That's exactly how I meant it to look. Exactly. Yep, it was always supposed to look like that. So, even though the soap doesn't look exactly the way I expected it to, that's okay. It smells good. It still exceeded my expectations after I flubbed up and realized this was not going to be what I had planned. I didn't really expect much. I really didn't. So I was just like, I don't know. I was dreading cutting it because I wasn't sure what it was going to look like. But it has exceeded my expectations. And I am super happy with it. So, no rebatching. Even though I know some people would rebatch it because it doesn't look the best. But it doesn't have to look the best. It smells good. Your recipe was great. You know, sometimes just leave it alone. What you think looks like an absolute mess, somebody else might think is beautiful. So, even though to me it's still, I mean, not the inside, but the top looks pretty ugly, I am still happy with it. I really am. Love it. And I'm so glad too, because I really did not want to rebatch all of this. I really didn't. If you watch the video, you know that when I was making it, the pot was filled to the top because I've never made a 5-pound batch before, so I didn't know that my crock pot would be filled absolutely to the top. So if I had to rebatch this, oh my goodness, it would have to be in stages. I would have to like cut it in half or something and chop it up and do it that way, and I really wouldn't want to do that. Never mind the fact that I would have to tell the customer, hey, I was making your soap, messed it up, and it's going to be a little bit longer wait for you to get it. Sorry. So, I'm so glad the soap looks great. And this is hot process, so, most people, well, the average person don't know the difference between a hot process soap and a cold process soap, but it's, it's supposed to look rugged. It's supposed to look unique. Unless you're known for like doing crazy, swirly, extremely pretty soaps, I wouldn't worry about it. Even if you are, and then you show up with something like this, don't fret. It still looks good. It's still soap. That's why I don't really worry too much on what it looks like. Still, it's soap. It's going to get used. Make it too pretty now, and some people just won't use it at all. They'll just put it on the shelf and keep it for decoration because it's too pretty to use. No. I need you to use my soap, okay? Don't be putting it on the shelf. That's the reason why I make soap, for you to use it. Not to put it somewhere where people could just walk past and look at it. No. Use it. It is soap. Is that a good, yeah, it looks good. I like it a lot. Nice chunky bars. I like to cut my bars pretty chunky. Because, even though it looks pretty, big now, over the 4 weeks of curing time, it'll lose some weight, so it won't look as chunky. So even then, I don't even know if you can really tell. It's not really a straight cut, but it's close enough. Close enough. Yeah. The curing time over 4 to 6 weeks, it will lose water weight. So it'll shrink a little bit. Not a lot. Well, it will only shrink a lot if you used a lot of extra liquid in your soap. Extra water or milk or something like that. Then it would have a lot of shrinking to do, but this one won't lose that much weight. I used a standard percentage of liquid in the soap, which is 38%. You can use more, but like I said, the more liquid you use, it'll seem like it's a really big bar, but over the 4 to 6 weeks, it'll start to shrink and look a little, if you use too much liquid, it might look a little wrinkly, or, yeah, it might look a little wrinkly because it had so much liquid to, so much liquid had to evaporate out of it. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. There we go. So, oh Jesus. 1 second, I'm getting a call. Sorry about that, guys. Got a phone call from my friend Melly. She needed to vent for a minute. And I am back to cutting the soap. was talking about anything before she called because I was on the phone with her for probably like a half an hour. I don't remember. I am sorry. But anyway, But anyway, the soap is good, and I'm so glad I don't have to rebatch. So for next time, I don't know how much charcoal I would use to try and make black. Or maybe just stop trying to make black altogether. I didn't want to use too much charcoal, so that's why I was being pretty cautious with how much I was using. I didn't want to use too much of it. I didn't want it to be too black. I mean, I don't know if you can be too black, but I didn't want it to be so much charcoal in it that when you wash with the soap, it just turned everything black. This one actually looks pretty cool. Like that one. That one's pretty cool. I usually do a 2-pound batch of soap. And I think I caught this little monkey. Did I cut it? Little monkey? I usually do a 2-pound batch of soap. So, this is not my first 5-pound batch since I bought this mold. It is the second time I'm using it. The first time I made the confetti soap using it, but I didn't make a 5-pound batch of soap with that. What I did was I made 2.5-pound batch of soap, and then I added 20 ounces of confetti soap to it, so it can create a nice big 5-pound batch of soap. Fill up the mold. In there, no matter how much I stirred, trying to make sure that all of the charcoal was mixed in. No matter how hard I stirred, there's still some pieces in there that didn't get mixed in. But it doesn't look bad at all. my first two videos have been hot process. The next video will probably be, no, the next video will be cold process. There's a design that I want to do. Something not simple, of course. I am all about the simple. But occasionally, I try something complicated and it doesn't always come out. Which is the reason why I like my hot process. And I love simple. Simple is best. But occasionally I try to do something a little bit more complicated. Sometimes it turns out, most times it doesn't. So, stay tuned for that. But this soap goes to show that even your flub ups can still look pretty. I mean, it's pretty to me. I'm sure somebody else likes it. Hope the customer likes it. And like I said in the other video, it ain't like he asked for a specific design. He just asked for a cologne smelling soap. And I chose this Drakkar type fragrance from Bramble. I didn't come up with a clever name for the soap. It's just, I'm just calling it Drakkar. Or Drakkar. Yeah, no, I'm just being silly. Wait a minute now. Do I want to cut it that big? Yeah, sure, why not? See? Enough proof that I didn't stir as good as I thought I did. Then again, it was kind of hard to tell because the pot was, it was nighttime because the sun went down pretty quick. I had my kitchen light on, no natural light, so you couldn't tell nothing from anything. And as much as I was stirring, there's still, still couldn't really tell how black it was or whatever, but I thought I had got everything mixed in. But I didn't. So, look at that. That's pretty cool. Oh, look at you. Are you, oh yeah. Huh. Don't need to cut you at all. Oh, look at the back. It's a nice big, chunky, wonky cut. See? Wonky cut. That's alright. I'll probably give this piece to my husband. Even though this piece is all like this, I mean, what I could do is take this and cut in some grooves. Could do that if I want the back to look like the front. I'm not good at this either. I tried to do this before and that did not go well. Ooh, nice. After just cutting that little piece off, as you can see, you got an air bubble, but it's just an air bubble, so nothing wrong with that. But look what was in there. Another piece that wasn't really stirred in good. And this little end piece is going to go over on my kitchen sink for hand washing. off of me. Nice. Put that one over there. Yeah, so what I do is, for this little end piece, I just like, kind of just smash it together, make sure all the little pieces are together. So when we wash our hands, this is like a little piece that you put on the sink. Oh my goodness, do you want to see? Should I even show you my Tupperware container of pieces like this from after I cut them? Let me show you. This is the leftover soap piece container. As you can see, there's a soap dish under there for drainage. And I poked holes at the bottom of this thing, so if any water happened to get in there, it would drain down the bottom in the sink. So this would just go in there like that. This is from my pumpkin puree soap, the vegan one, that if you watch the video and the cutting of that, why this looks like this. I made this piece in a Pringles can, and when I cut the end off, it cut like that. This is my actual pumpkin, the pumpkin soap I made, not the vegan one, but the fragrance. I used Perfect Pumpkin fragrance oil from Wholesale Suppliers Plus, and it's a chocolate brown, and it smells amazing. This I rolled into an egg. I didn't do a video on this one, but this is my soap that I call Amethyst Jasmine, and I did purple mica lines, and I added titanium dioxide in it. I got so many, oh my goodness. This is my, of course I didn't do a video of this, but this little piece left of my Sexy Man Shea soap. I did a hot process soap of that. Oh my goodness. This little purple piece, this green piece here is my 24 karat citrus green tea soap. Yeah, I know that's a mouthful. That had gold mica lines in it. It's just, this is where all the ends go, over the kitchen sink. After I do soap and I cut it, they just go right in there. Okay, now, you would think that we're done, but you forget. Don't forget about baby. Remember this one? The extra. Because I had made such a big batch, I had to put some on the side in a different container. So, and usually when I have these containers, well, of course these containers, I use silicone containers. I like to put them in the freezer for a little bit, 10-15 minutes or so, 10, 15, 20. Not too long though. Just enough so I can get it out cleanly. Get it out of the silicone mold cleanly. Okay. Set that to the side. And since this one was in the freezer, it's still cold. Of course, this one is just square. It looks just like this. But, let's see. Do I want to cut? These will be like little samples. I'm trying to see. Do I want to cut these in 1 inches? Maybe a little bit over. A little bit over an inch. Okay. Now I'm cutting these chunky, but I'm also going to cut them in half. That one looks cool. So just going to cut this one in half. I like this little crinkle cutter. Where did I get this from? I think I got this from Amazon. Didn't I? I think so. It was a while ago. I think I did get it from Amazon. But if I remember to, I'll put the link to it below. Alright. So let's see how I'm gonna cut these up. Do I want to cut these the long way? Or just cut it in half? Let's see. I mean, by all rights, I guess it could be an actual regular bar of soap. It's just a little bit flatter on top. Yeah, I guess it could be a regular bar of soap. Huh. Yeah, it's just, see how this one has a little bit more height than this one. I don't know. I might, yeah. Perfect. I don't know. Do I want to keep these as regular bars of soap? Or do I want to cut these up as samples? I'm not sure. What do I want to do? Well, while I decide that, because I'm not sure, thank you guys for watching my cutting video of my Drakkar soap. Thank you so much. And if you watched the making of the Drakkar soap, thank you so much for that as well. I am Fia at Fia's Handmade Soaps. And please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. I hope so. And I'll see you all later. Thank you.